don't like to think of it as humble pie.
Welcome to amorephillyunion, the podcast where we like our humble pie with a little Uruguayan flavor. We are your hosts. I'm E.
I'm C.
And I'm Paul.
I don't like to think of it as humble pie.
I know. I don't know what would fit in that space, but
I think it's either, there's definitely the possibility of, remote possibility that he heard it.
yeah.
Decided
Is there really?
that Carnell heard it and decided to do Gene Hackman and Hoosiers and go out and measure the field, except that doesn't work in soccer because all the fields are different sizes.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true.
It
falls within the acceptable range.
Does mentioning Gene Hackman count as a replacements reference?
It's replacement adjacent. You get partial credit.
Anyway. Get into it before start dropping in stuff.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's. I guess. Yeah, we're kind of winding down here a little bit. Just looking at what's left in this regular season. Right. We keep ticking off each of these remaining games, and it gets fewer and fewer and fewer. And this past weekend, the fourth remaining regular season game, Union had
game number 31.
Yeah, with the New England Revolution at home. And going into this game, I just to kind of remind ourselves what we were talking about last week, for me, and I think it was kind of the vibe, was that this was a must-win game. Having had our hats handed to us 2 games in a row pretty decisively. What was the one? Oh, somebody mentioned it during the game, the New England game, that in the past 2 games, our scoring record is 10 against 1 for, or 10 against us, 1 for us. It's like that's horrendous. So anyway, psychologically for me, coming into this game, is very important that we win this game.
No, I would agree. I think that was our agreement, or that's what our thoughts was at the end of the last episode. We were hoping that it was an opportunity for the Union's offense to get rolling again, generate some good attacks, get some good shots off, hopefully get some good goals. But on the whole, we felt that this was a game that the Union should win.
It should.
And especially as New England is currently without a coach. They were struggling. They needed to win basically all their 4 remaining games and get some help in order to make the playoffs. It wasn't impossible for them to do it, but they definitely were struggling. And everything on paper pointed this to a game that the Union should win.
Yeah, but it was also a big deal for New England because they were kind of still in the driver's seat, at least with respect to getting into the playoffs. If they drew or lost, they were out. If they won, and I think one of the other games, it was like a New York team had to lose and they could still stay in. It was, so they definitely had something still to play for as well. It wasn't just their season was not a foregone conclusion. Let's jump right in. So, the spoiler result, right? Union won 1-0.
Yep.
I don't know if I'd say the scoring machine turned on. I don't,
Not really.
That's my concern as well. It was only 1 goal.
Yeah. It was the only one that we needed, but it was still 1.
And not for lack of trying. Ilosky was really, and I guess Quinney were really.
Yeah, they were hustling,
but they all were. But those are the 2 that stood out to me. Yeah. But anyway, one of
the lineup things that was good to see was Blake was back in net.
Yay!
Thank God. Exactly.
Thank God. Bless the kid.
Yeah.
Rick. My God, his name went right out of my head. It's been a long day for me, listeners. Sorry for everybody. So if I space anything, give me a sec. I'll get there. But
I don't think Andre Blake is totally our little magic feather, our Dumbo feather,
Yep.
Yep.
but
Mm.
at the same time, there's just a calming aspect to having him
Hmm.
back there, even when I believe Macania was still unavailable for this match. So obviously, you got Glasnes back there, but we don't even have a second or third choice center back to pair up with him because Glovinovic is still out, and then Macania had the yellow card or the red card and his
Hmm.
additional games lost.
Accumulation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that said, they put Harry back there who does have experience in center back, and Westfield out to the right side and Wagner out to the left. So, it's three out of the four of those defenders on the back line have consistently
Yeah.
started in those positions this
Yeah.
year. So, this year. So really, Harriel was the only one kind of out of position, and it's not a position. It's certainly a position he has played before.
Yeah.
Sure.
But
Yeah.
Sure.
on the whole, it was just nice to see Blake back in that. And I don't remember, did he take? I don't think he took the goal kicks this week, did he? You
I'll be honest,
remember?
I don't,
I didn't notice. But I he did he have a lot of goal kicks to
he
take?
he did take a couple, but they were kind of like setting the ball up and then passing it ahead to a defender, and then they
Mm.
took it. But I didn't. It didn't strike me as anything out of the ordinary. Just like, oh, got the ball. I'm going to quickly get it to one of our guys, and
Right,
you
but I
know,
mean, like the long passes, I don't remember him doing a
I
whole
don't
ton of
remember either.
those. So maybe there's still some things that they're trying to do as the recovery and recuperation protocol for him.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was nice to see him back there.
Um. Yeah, and then staying with the defense, it was kind of interesting. Westfield was in and not Bedoya, which, given the previous game, is that where Bedoya was, or is that yeah, right? That's the one
Yeah, he was
where
in the right defense.
and
Yeah.
Nashville was really exploiting that wing there. So
Hmm.
um yeah, just noticing it, it's just something I noticed. The other thing too is the midfield. The buddy cop show wasn't there. It was just Danley.
Yep.
Hmm.
So do we know what was up with Lukic? Like why he wasn't starting, or just
I,
Just
I
yeah,
don't
messing
have
it
any
up.
word on it.
yeah,
I didn't read anything. I didn't watch Carnell's post game press conference, but um, maybe it was just rotation, just getting some, getting some minutes on Bueno's legs and off of Lukic's legs. But no, I don't
yeah,
remember. I don't think there was any particular announcement
yeah.
as to what happened there.
Although
Because
after the previous games, I'd be more confident in Lukic than Bueno. But
yeah, yeah. I mean, Lukic wasn't even on the bench. He just wasn't even in the lineup at
yeah,
all.
he was.
No, actually, I'm looking at the lineup here on Philly's soccer page, and yeah, they don't even have Lukic on the bench. I'm gonna
Pretty sure
double
we saw
check
him.
and see if he was
No, you're
on.
right. I don't know why I was misremembering that.
I mean, honestly, I thought he was on the bench too. So while we were talking, I pulled up the notes from the game, and he's not listed as one of the.
Someone has a very similar haircut. That's all there is to it.
Yeah.
Lukic and Macania were both suspended due to yellow card
Okay,
accumulation.
Oh, there it
there you
is.
go.
Okay.
There you
All
go.
right.
Because we
Yeah.
only heard about Macania, so
Yeah.
that explains it. Well, there
Yeah.
you are.
Mm.
Lukic with the yellow cards, huh?
All right.
Okay.
So it's a little silent yellow card accumulator. Yeah, I didn't really
Yeah.
realize he had that many already.
Yeah, it's kind of like Jack LA used to be.
Yeah.
Didn't really fully appreciate it.
Yeah.
One of these days, I'm actually going to look up the rules on yellow card accumulation in MLS and how many you have to have.
Oh, it's probably in
Yeah.
some book that you have to blow the dust off of and only read by the light of a full moon.
Yeah, right.
So,
Um, but then up front, yeah, Baribo and Damiani, which was interesting at start. I was very excited to see Baribo up there. Um, in light of our episode last week and in light of what actually happened, I was like, well, okay, Dami's up front. I think I even said something like, so I wonder when Chris Donovan's coming in. Um, so yeah, I don't know, maybe I gotta do something about the intro about, open mouth, insert foot. But anyway,
well, look,
Do we
let's
want
just
to
get
jump
right
into the
to
goal?
Yeah,
let's just get to it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say because that's not until the second half.
Well, the first half happened.
That's kind of
Yeah.
what I felt as well. Like it was kind of a
Yeah.
back and forth game, but it really felt like the Union kind of surprisingly came out flat.
Yeah, I agree with that. Actually, I was gonna share that sentiment.
Hmm.
Yeah. There was
Yeah.
it did feel like there was many opportunities for goals, for shots. And I was at one point, I think I remember in the first half, I mean, thinking like, well, what happens if we draw? Can we, do we hold on to first
Hmm.
place
Right.
or,
Yeah.
Yeah. But it would have been would have been frustrating to end up with a 0-0 draw against New England.
Well,
yeah,
and
No,
then the other side of the coin is New England was fighting for their lives.
yeah,
I
yes.
mean, this was pretty much I believe, unless there was some, and if somebody else loses situation, but they had to win in order to
Yes.
not be eliminated. So, they might have been playing with extra determination. Now they also, as we alluded to, they well, the team fired Caleb Porter, their coach of about 2 years, I believe, just earlier this in the week. And
hmm
the interim coach is Caleb Porter's right hand, who has never coached a
Mm-hmm.
game without him and
Mm-hmm.
has been with him for something ridiculous, like I don't know, some hundreds
I
of
thought I heard
games.
15 years, but
I
yes,
don't
it
know.
was
Yeah, it
long.
was no, but like the number of games was extremely high as well. And it's just like, so I'm not saying so that's just a disorienting,
Yep.
shift. I mean, who knows how popular or unpopular he was with the team and all that. They've had trouble ever since they got rid of Droopy Dog. I mean, it's been like, or actually since his tenure. So, I can't remember his real name now. I just what I call
Bruce
him.
Arena.
Bruce Arena. Since they got Bruce Arena, it feels like it's been yeah, exactly.
There you go, Paul.
Exactly. Um,
It's what that was a World Cup.
That
Which
was a
World
World
Cup
Cup. Yeah, he
for,
was frustrated. I just made a face and kind of waved my hands in a way that was very dismissive, and that was a
yeah,
yeah,
reference to Bruce Arena reacting to a referee call in a World Cup game.
yeah,
yeah, big gesture.
it's just kind of a hand waving version of like, feh.
Hmm.
Yeah. So they
But
might have been coming out with a little more fire in their bellies. I don't know.
Yeah.
I was
Sure.
I was also surprised to see Matt Turner was goalkeeper for
Back.
the Revs. I had not heard that he had come back to MLS and that he
Yeah.
was with the Revs.
It sounded
I'm
like it
not
was
sure what
pretty
happened, but
recent.
yeah, it wasn't, he wasn't over there very long.
I,
Hmm.
I thought I heard something like it was his fourth game with the Revs or something.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's a pretty good goalkeeper to have
Oh, yeah.
Oh
working
yeah.
for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Hmm. Absolutely. I
Yeah, when I
mean,
saw him
that's
in
another
net, it was just
factor.
what's that?
That's another factor,
Hmm.
you know. So,
Yeah. I was a little nervous, realizing like, oh wow, he's in net. Like, okay.
hmm.
So I mean maybe that's why our scoring didn't happen. Although, I mean, our scoring numbers were decent. I mean, we outshot New England, but yeah, I don't know how rapid fire, prolific our at least attempts on goal were. But I agree with you, Paul. The first half felt flat, which
Hmm.
Yeah.
made me a little worried.
Yep. I would agree with that. Just was it was kind of a meh kind of a game. Like the Union were attacking, it wasn't really a back and forth game. It just felt like neither team was really generating
Mm.
a ton of good chances or at least
Yeah.
making the most of their opportunities.
So it's probably something like New England was trying because they knew it was on the line, but they only had so much to work with, with
Hmm.
an interim coach. Yes, a very good keeper, but they already have a lot of trouble with their season. And we're coming off of one of, if not the biggest loss ever, and lost an Open Cup. So in some ways, it kind of made us very evenly matched, if you think about it.
Yeah.
So especially at this stage of the season, when everybody's tired,
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I think,
presumably.
in some respects, well, in many respects, both teams needed this win.
Hmm.
Yeah, one to remind the Union that they can win and they should win, and the other one for the Revs just to keep them in the hunt for
Yeah.
the playoffs in
Hmm.
the
Yeah.
postseason. All right, but I don't think we need to belabor
Nope.
that
Yep.
first
Let's get
half
to
any
it.
further because it did seem like all of the action happened in the second half, and
Yeah.
arguably, like I had to watch this game on delay, and I stopped watching in the 70th minute, and you could say like 90+% of the action happened after that. Although I do want to just point out that there was an important yellow card in the 49th minute to Miller on the Revs that does play into the resolution of this game.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like I remember it just was like, man, it's 70th minute and there's just no goals yet. This is not looking good. I would have expected that the Union, but I had to get going for a party, so I had to pause it and come back to it later. And when I sat down, and then stuff happened, man. Stuff happened.
Yeah. Let me
So,
just get through this last 20 minutes real quick.
all
Yeah.
right. So should we talk about the goal
Yes.
next?
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
Okay, before we do that, can I just throw a little curveball here? See, could you I want to make a guess
Oh, man.
about what you're going to say about this goal,
Okay.
but I want to do it without you hearing me. Would you mind just
Okay.
taking your earbuds off? Okay, just all right, and then E, you can yell when
Well,
we're ready.
well, hold on. Christy.
What's the high sign for when I should come back on?
Exactly. We'll give you a
Okay.
double thumbs up for you to
All
come
right.
back on.
Okay. All right. So what I'm going to say about this is she's going to say that Damiani poached this goal from Baribo. And I honestly would agree with her but I think that that's what we're going to have. We're going to get back from her when we talk about this goal.
I think it's going to be more self-reflectant on her part. Like I would say, like, well, basically maybe dialing back her cramp from last week,
Okay.
just about,
Okay.
just like, it's a matter of time. He'll eventually. Although I wonder if she can hear me right now because she's upstairs. My voice
I don't
carries,
know.
but
We'll find out.
yeah,
But
we'll
okay,
find
so
out. So
I'm thinking that she's going to be like, yes, he got a goal. That's great. But he kind of stole it from Baribo. And you're thinking, well, maybe he got a goal. Maybe I need to back up on my thing.
that,
We'll
yeah,
see. Or maybe she's going to feel exactly the same. But I
yeah.
think that we both have our choice of where she's going to
Uh-huh.
go. I think let's bring her in. And I want to ask her what she thought of this goal.
I think before we bring her in, because I know she can watch us, we should start making random gestures so she has like no idea. Like, so like I'll do something like this. No, 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 no. It's gonna be no, no. Yeah, exactly. So just so people are listening, we're just making all sorts of random hand gestures, and I'm trying to see if Christy can. I'm just looking at her face to see what her reaction is. So it's gonna, you know.
All right. Well,
So
before we totally
okay,
lose her, let's go ahead. All
okay.
right.
Let's give it a.
Thumbs are up. Thumbs are up.
Okay.
All
I
right.
could
So
hear
Christy.
that Eric was talking, but I couldn't hear what he was
You
saying.
could hear my voice. Yeah.
Yeah. It's hard not to.
So, what did you think of this goal by Damiani?
Of the goal itself or that Damiani scored would I'll
But
answer either.
the build up, the goal itself, the fact that it was Damiani, what did you think of this sequence of play?
I thought it was a nicely set up and executed goal. I didn't think that it had to be Damiani to be there because I felt like it was very close to being, and I don't remember which player was to his left, but it was very
Mm.
close to being that player because if he had missed it, there was a guy right there. I just don't remember who could have done the same thing. But I'm not taking that's not to I mean something could have happened in that little interim that would have changed the whole course. So, but I'm not trying to take anything away from Damiani with that. I was surprised and pleased to see that I was wrong. I would also like to say you're welcome because there is a pattern in the universe of when I completely give up on something, then that's when it starts to work. So I swore off men the same evening that I found out he had a crush on me. So that's
And I think that proves that you know her far better than I do.
Yeah, I think
As
it's more on my side of this, where
oh
my take.
yeah,
Yeah,
I would 100% agree. Definitely,
yeah.
you were closer to her ending her final thoughts on this goal. But I thought there for a moment that it was going to go my way.
Oh,
Uh,
I'm gonna have to listen to the playback because I'm not gonna make you repeat yourself for the sake of the listeners.
because she
But
mentioned that person to Damiani's left who was
Who
Baribo.
was
as a
Burrito?
Baribo, okay, I could,
Yeah.
yeah, I just, yeah, no, I want to be clear. I am not anti Dummy. I have
Absolutely.
no beef with him. I really don't. But it was just, yeah. But I thought, well, this is fun. This is interesting. I will say that afterwards, friend of the pod, Nate,
Hmm.
did write to me and say that he had never given up on Damiani, unlike other people.
Yeah.
And he
Oh,
was,
after this goal, he wrote in and said he had
Yeah.
never given up.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So that was
Salt and
fun.
some lemon juice coming
Yeah.
your way,
I
huh?
mean, there were
Yeah.
plenty of laughy faces
Uh-huh.
with it, but
Yeah.
still, I was just like, yeah, no. I mean, look, if it works, I'll,
Yeah.
I'll give up on the whole team, but I guess it has to be sincere to actually work.
It's gonna be hard
So
to do
no.
a podcast on a team that you've given up on, though.
Oh
Yeah.
no. Come on, there's still plenty to talk about.
I think there's still
Imagine,
plenty of time for to give up on the team.
imagine if
Every
we
time
did
we
a
talk
pod.
about it, Chris would be like, "So what?"
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. No, I thought it was, I kind of thought it was funny that of all
Yeah.
people.
All right, so let's. I do want to
So,
quickly walk through what this goal
yeah.
was. Was a pass down the right hand side that Olaski latched onto. Olaski made a nice pass into the box, kind of a trailing pass, not a straight cross, but kind of to a player deeper in the box. I honestly thought that he saw Baribo and that's where he put the ball. And then Damiani streaked onto it and beat Baribo by about a foot and a half to the ball and just powered it to the far side net.
Yep.
I honestly did feel like, Baribo had made the run and caught Olaski's guy, and that's why Olaski made that pass. So yeah, it was a it's not a poaching of a goal. It's just
No.
Damiani made a good run and he made contact and he wasn't trying to I don't think he was trying to take it from anybody. He just made the most of the opportunity that he
He
saw.
saw the
Yeah.
opportunity. And I even remember saying, like, where did he come from? Like, even on the
Yeah.
replays, I was still like, where, I don't under, he just seemed to materialize and go.
Cotton Eye
Yeah.
So,
Joe. Where did he come
yeah.
from? Where did he go?
Uh,
Where did he
don't
come
do that.
from? Cotton Eye Joe.
That song was made before our wedding. It was
And we
on the
have this week's song. Sorry.
that was on the no
That's
playlist.
gonna
No, that's never going to be a song. No, no.
Yes, Christy has power over our Spotify playlist, so you're all welcome that it's not me.
I
I
don't know. Some weeks is
yeah. Yeah. Some weeks I make the job easier for Chrissy. Some weeks I make it harder for her.
yeah, we'll see.
Um, yeah, it's funny. I just, as we were talking, I did watch the replay of the goal. And yeah, I mean, he was locking in on the cross to come in. But I mean, Damiani got there before him. So it's not like
Yeah.
he literally like, poached the ball off of him. But um, yeah, you could see Baribo was moving in to intercept and shoot. And he still had that little bit of that momentum, even so after that half second after Damiani got there. But um, yeah, I remember when he scored, I think we made the comment about like, what are the chances he heard our podcast last week?
Well, if he did, and if he's listening this week, thank you, Bruno. We
Yeah, yeah,
appreciate it. Now we'll get some more
yeah.
and
Please.
maybe share the wealth because
Yeah,
Baribo has now not scored in 4 games, so it'd be good for
exactly.
him to
Feel free
get
to rub
warmed
our
up
nose in
before
it.
the pro season.
This might be a good opportunity to mention one of our polls that I put up.
Yeah,
Oh,
go
go
for
ahead.
So, it read, well, 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 had you lost faith in Damiani like C did?
it.
And so options were back on track and still on top. Oh no, excuse me, that's the other one. Pardon. So options were, yep, a lot of nothing until today. He had his moments, but I wasn't sure about him. Or never. Vamos, Uruguay, Damiani, e Union. So never came up the big winner with 42%.
Wow. All right.
I'm gonna attribute that to post-game exuberance, but and the other two options were tied at 29% each. So
All right. Interesting.
a
Well,
lot of people much more pro Damiani or just very psyched about the way the game resulted.
yeah.
So we'll see.
Probably, I would imagine more than just the post game glow.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
wonder what would have happened if you had put Go Birds in there as the
Yeah. Right.
opposite option.
I like to think like, the one that's the 42%, like, never, about giving up on Damiani. It's like, yeah, but all the votes are coming from one IP. And they trace it back to like a cell phone that was in
And
the
it's just
locker
nothing
room
but
at the
Never
end of the
Gonna Give
game.
You Up by Rick Astley.
Also want to point out the fact when Damiani ran over to the sideline to celebrate, who was the first one there to like
Team Dad,
Team Dad, Ali Bedoya,
Captain Dad.
Captain Dad.
No, and also, but it was funny because he like wrapped his arm around Bruno and then immediately it was like for Elasky, which was
Oh yeah,
like get in here. It was very cute.
yeah.
So
No, I mean I'm happy for Damiani too. It'd be awesome if he just a scoring streak just happens to kick on now at this point in the
Yeah.
season. You know,
sure.
why not? Why not?
I wouldn't be mad at that.
Maybe this season-long drought has now been building for the most amazing postseason like in Union history. So
We'll see.
that's what I'm going with.
So while Baribo didn't get the goal in this one, he did do enough to get a red card for the other team.
Yeah, right.
Uh-huh.
Not nothing.
That was amazing. So 4 minutes. So the Union's goal happens in the 71st minute, and in the 75th minute, there's a coming together on the sideline. Union, I think it was Wagner who got taken out, or was it Sullivan? By Miller from the Revs, and like Baribo comes diving in to try to, there's a whistle, there's obviously a foul, it's going to go to the Union, and Baribo goes running in to kind of like, I don't know, get to win the ball off the guy or something. And Miller picks the ball up and spikes
Oh
it into
yeah,
the
yeah,
back
yeah.
of Baribo's head. And it was just like watching it, I was like, I almost had to rewind it just to see it again to see if he really did something that stupid.
Yeah.
Because obviously it's a soccer ball, and I don't know how fast he threw it, but I doubt it
It didn't
seriously
look
would
that.
have
It
hurt
didn't look
Baribo.
that. Yeah.
But like it, I mean, it's just a straight up card at the very least, looking at the one match report I saw, it does look like it was a second yellow card to Miller,
Yeah.
and that resulted in the red card.
Hmm.
And then the announcers kept going on about, but I guess this Miller guy just got called up to either the U.S. under 17 or the U.S. under 20. I think he might be 17 years old, and he's going to the U.S. World Cup or whatever. And it's like, yeah, that was a big mistake.
Yeah, that was a kind of a rookie mistake. It's like,
Yeah.
in the pure functionality of the foul, it wasn't going to change anything in the sense of like you're not going to hurt this player, you're not going to throw him off the game. It was just silly. It was kind of like a lower energetic version of when Zidane headbutted Materazzi at the World Cup. It's like that's not gonna. All it's
Right,
gonna do is get you thrown out of the game. Yeah,
I think that's just a person, a young person having a moment of anger,
yeah,
and not maybe having all the lobes developed in order to like not,
the soft spot is still soft on top of his head.
not react that way because it's not the smartest thing to do. I mean, they were losing,
Yeah,
it's frustrated,
yeah. This
got mad at
game,
something that happened,
yeah, they have to
So
win this.
yeah, it was just a
Yeah,
bad move. I
yeah. I
can
was
kind of
glad we got the
understand
goal
it.
before the red card.
Yeah.
At least
yeah.
we were able to still capitalize against the team that was at full strength. I mean, also in terms of cards here, I know it didn't feel like it watching it, but just reviewing the stats of the game, New England got the lion's share of cards.
They
Uh,
did.
yeah. What did we have? Do we only have one card? Was that
Yeah,
and that was
Baribo.
Baribo? I mean,
Baribo got the card in that mix up in the 75th minute. And from Philly soccer page, it looks like New England got five.
yeah, four yellows and a red. So yeah, don't play angry.
Four yellows or three? Not that it matters much, but
I thought it was four,
like,
but the fourth was then the second for someone and it became a red, but I could be wrong.
oh.
Yeah.
According to the Philly soccer page, it was Know Your Worth or Owe Your Worth or whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
Miller got two yellows, Yusuf got one, and Chankale got one.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I was saying too. I was just thinking of it differently.
Yeah.
So, yep.
So,
So,
was there anything else we want to talk about for this
no,
game?
I know.
Okay.
I think we're done.
Okay. So, right, I mean, a win's a win, right? 1-0, I'll take it. It would have been great if it was 3-0, 4-0, just to get
Yeah.
the scoring machine back up and running. But I'll take this. It's we did exactly what we needed to get through, stay on target to get to the next challenge, right? So
I
with that
will just
loss,
say I hope that some of these opportunities that like Olaski and Donovan got in this game
yeah,
do turn into quality shots. I mean, there were just a couple
yeah,
that either just missed or they just got blocked. So there are
hmm
some opportunities they were generating things, which
yeah,
was good to see.
Hmm.
yeah. I mean, Alaski does. I do like what he shows out in the field because I mean he's hungry for goals and he's
Hmm.
really trying to generate opportunities.
Hmm.
So maybe playing in that kind of attacking midfield, like you kind of have to do the work to get in a scoring position, and it feels like you're doing that much more work. Whereas if you're just a pure striker like a Paribo or Damiani, you're playing with that striker smarts and you're hanging out up there in the box waiting for that opportunity to do that quick strike. Otherwise,
Mhm.
you're kind of just relaxing, not relaxing, but you're kind of just waiting. But yeah.
Well, it surprised you to hear that I was wondering why they took Damiani out for Donovan in the 82nd minute.
Just to mess with you, obviously.
Clearly, but I just like I don't know. I don't really understand subbing in Chris a lot of the time, but
I mean, it might have been a pre-game decision, like, hey, we're gonna pull Tommy, Bruno, we're gonna pull you out, whatever, 70th something minute, give or take. I mean, I know he scored the goal in the 70th first or second or third minute, but but just be ready. So like, it gives that player that window to push themselves,
mm,
knowing they're going to be subbed out and bring in somebody else. I don't know,
yeah,
just guessing,
that's very true.
you know.
Yeah, that would be a good thought. So, would you like to hear what the
Oh yeah, the other
listeners
poll.
have to say about
Yes.
this loss? So, or excuse me, win. God. Um, so big picture, what are we thinking now? This is the
Yeah,
answers. Um, back on track and still on top. Feeling better, but wins need to be more decisive. Or I'll be biting my nails until the season ends.
I think I
So,
would have picked the second one. Feeling better, but we got to get more decisive wins. I don't know, Paul, which one would you have picked?
Probably that one. Although part of me wants to keep the rose-colored glasses on and go with the first. But yeah, what were the results?
well, I was feeling number two as well as were our listeners. So, 56%
Okay.
feeling better, but wins need to be more decisive, followed up by I'll be biting my nails until the season ends at
Okay.
Wow.
33%, and only 11% feeling like we're back on track.
Wow. Those lucky few who still have the
Yep.
rose-colored glasses
Yep.
on.
Yep. They're
I
probably
think it's
also
interesting
Phillies
though
and
that there's
Eagles fans.
sorry.
They're probably also Phillies and Eagles fans, so they're riding that.
Yeah, right.
But I think it's interesting that people are biting their nails over whether or not the Union will win the Supporters Shield
Yeah,
when
right. I mean, this is an embarrassment of riches, right?
most people picked us not even to make the playoffs this
Yeah,
season.
I think we picked us not to
yeah.
make the
I said
playoffs.
top five. I said a fifth place finish.
Yeah.
I think we did say we thought we could do that, but there were so many unknowns that it was too hard to really say. But you did. You said top five.
So looking at the current
There
standings,
you go. I was just going to go there. Yep.
if the Union stopped playing right now,
And lost all the remaining games.
they would finish with 60 points.
Yep.
I'm looking, Chicago's at 45. They have 4 games left. They can't catch.
They can't catch us.
Columbus and Nashville both have 50 points.
But they
They
only
have
have
three
three
games
games
left.
left.
They
Can't catch
could
it.
catch.
They couldn't catch us.
They could catch up to 60 points. I don't know. Then it would come down to tiebreakers, which I
How? Because
don't
they
know
only have
what that would
50.
be.
If they win their remaining 3 games, that's only 9 points, right?
Oh, sorry. I can do math. You're right.
I can math good.
I can math. Good. I've been my Wookiee. So, all right. So Nashville, Columbus, Chicago, none of them can catch the Union.
Yeah.
So that means essentially that the lowest the Union could fall would be sixth
Sixth
place
place.
if Orlando at
Yeah.
51 points wins their remaining
Yeah.
4 games.
Yeah.
They would end up with 63 points. Miami somehow or another still has 6 freaking games left.
I think they're,
So they could go as high as 70 points if
yeah.
they were to win out. So it's still baffling. If Miami somehow won all 6 of their games, finished with 70 points, and the Union won out, they would end up with 69 points. So Miami technically still has an opportunity to upset the Union. It's just I don't think that either team is going to win out, but it's just interesting. But it's good to know that even if the Union just literally rolled out a lineup of high school players, they would finish in sixth
Yeah.
at the lowest.
Yeah. And you were saying you were hoping for a top 5 finish for the
Yeah.
season. So it looks like they're going to at least be able to deliver on that. So,
Yeah.
but Miami, I just feel like you're going to see these like nondescript vans around the Subaru park that says something like, um, you know, McAllister Laundry Service, and it clearly means MLS, and it's like Don Garber and people are like scoping us out to try to sabotage our end of our season. Just so Miami could just take first place.
Well, so it might be their last season with Messi. I
Yeah,
think this is I think his contract runs out this year or
yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
next. I
But
don't
I
remember.
don't know. I've seen
I think this might
rumblings
be his
of
last.
him renewing his contract, but I haven't seen anything credible yet. So let's hope that's not a
I
thing.
think there's still plenty of teams out there in the world that would love to have him on their team and pay him a handsome.
They would definitely back some trucks up.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
But yeah, so it's nice to know that, there's kind of a floor now in terms of how we can finish this season. We don't have to worry about any sort of playoff for the playoffs, right? Whatever the wild card game is that what they call
yep.
it. So that is literally below us in terms of the standings. So good to know. But
Yeah,
hopefully
and
we just
looking at
win.
the Supporters Shield standings, Vancouver currently has 5 games left, and they're averaging 1.9 points per game.
Okay.
And they're second to the Union, which is averaging 1.94 points per game. So, certainly if the Union are in the driver's seat. They win their 3 remaining games, and unless Miami does something unholy, they'll win the Union should win the Supporters Shield. And I think I think it's wonderful that our fans that are paying attention to our polls are hoping that happens, kind of expect that to happen, are
Yeah.
nervous that it wouldn't happen.
Yeah.
I mean,
Mhm.
it speaks a lot to the
Yeah.
Union's performance this season.
Mhm.
Yeah. I think your point is a good one to remember. At the beginning of the season, I would give my right arm to be worrying about this,
Yes.
worrying about whether or not we're going to win Supporter Shield and win MLS Cup, and it's very much a reality. So,
I think we all were at different levels of thinking this was a burner season. Like this is just
Correct.
a
Even
season
I
where
was.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, even though if we ended up doing all right, it was just sort of like, okay, we have to get used to the new coach. That's going to take a while, blah, blah, blah.
Hmm.
We're used to things taking forever because we're not one of those teams that came out in our inaugural season or second season or third season and had, just set the world on fire, like, say, Atlanta or, St. Louis. I mean, I know
Right.
Atlanta actually, I think, won. I can't
They
remember,
did.
but St. Louis came darn close and then got booted
Yeah.
in the playoffs. But, some of the new ones, when they start much, much stronger than we did. And so I think it's, for long time fans, we just expect things to take a while and transitions to take a while. And it's been really, really nice. Regardless of what happens, it's been really, really nice to have a season like this, period. But then also with having a change in leadership, perhaps because of it, I mean, so
It's been
Yeah.
fun.
mhm. Yeah, it has. So
Yeah. I mean, I think this far, this much success over such a long season, yeah, I think it says a lot about Carnell. It says a lot about the program. So hopefully we can keep this going, keep this momentum. 3 games to go. 3 games.
Yep.
I know.
And as such, that's once again just reminding everybody that's away at DC this weekend, followed
Hmm.
up by at home to NYCFC, and then a break before going down to Charlotte for for decision day in Charlotte.
Yeah. That's like a 2 week break or something like that between
I want to say it's a week off,
a
but
week off. Yeah. Okay.
like, like it's a Saturday, then a Saturday off, and then the Saturday game.
Yeah. So yeah. So this weekend, Union's at DC. I don't know. What do you want to see in this game? Uh,
I mean,
we got 3 games to go. So
it's a road game, so there's that, right? You said it is in DC,
Yes.
yes,
right?
in
Yeah. So
DC.
so that, like it hadn't been last year for your before. I don't know. We used to be good on the road for one season, and then we struggled a lot of other seasons. But anyway, I don't know. It can be a problem, but it's DC, and with all respect, they are already out. And I know we've had that discussion about does that make them dangerous or not. I would say to a point, but their capacity is if they're already out, then their capacity would appear to be limited. Um, but any given Saturday. But I think we should win, whether it's handily or not, I don't know, but I think we should win it. I think we should. How about this? I think we should win it if we think we're going to win anything beyond the supporter shield.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, especially that supporter shield. Yeah,
It's just because
this,
the wins lately haven't felt decisive. We don't. I don't
yeah.
feel like one of those teams that just, people. Yeah, we're number one and on a lot of fronts, but people aren't necessarily cowering like they do when they come to other
Yeah.
teams, And it's just we've never been that kind of number one team, and yeah,
Yeah. I mean, when like LAFC is steamrolling everybody, they have that swagger when they walk into a stadium. They're like, oh gosh, this is their game to lose, right? And yeah, I don't feel like, if it's a respect thing, but I feel like Philly doesn't enjoy that, to a certain degree. But I could rationalize this in either direction, right? It's like DC, they have nothing else to prove now anymore. I could see individual players are going to want to try to put on as best of a showcase as they can, just so either for renegotiating their contract with DC or hopefully to move on to another club. And, therefore that makes them that much more dangerous and blah, blah, blah. So, but of the 3 remaining games on paper, this is arguably maybe one of the easier of the 3. So
Yeah, I would agree with that.
hmm
let's get these points now
right,
because the 2 games at that could be more difficult.
right.
So
So DC is coming off of a 3-2 loss to Miami last week and a 1-1 draw to Orlando in the match day but before that. Um, Interestingly, Benteke did get a goal in the
mm,
Miami game. Not sure who got the goal
the
yeah, it
Orlando
doesn't look
game.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he got it in the Orlando game, but um, I would agree. I do think that this is the easiest of the three remaining games. Um, as yeah, DC, while they're not playing for a playoff spot, they're still playing for next year's contracts.
Yeah.
But at the same point, that kind of makes them all individual players, and a team's always going to beat individuals.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
gotta be confident that the Union win this one. Again, still hoping to see the offense starting to really get back to gelling and playing consistently. Hopefully, we'll do that over
yeah,
these 3 weeks of games, and just see them really turn it on. So yeah, I expect the Union to win. I hopefully they win it by 2 goals or more.
yeah. I agree. And hopefully too, with Makanya and Lukic having served their yellow card suspension, they're back in the lineups, and that just helps congeal both our defense and our attack. And we just, just dominate and control the game from soup to nuts. And, let's get Damiani a hat trick. Let's do that. There's no way Damiani could ever get a hat trick ever. I don't know. I'm just trying to
You
do a Chris.
can't just say it, you have to believe it. I
Well,
can't even say it anymore because I don't know if I believe it.
I feel like I gotta tempt fate even more and be like, well, if Damiani gets a hat trick in the DC game, I will do blank. I will.
Don't
Careful,
do it.
Yeah, I
Don't
know.
do it.
careful.
There's no way this could backfire, guys. It's as a
Oh boy.
Just, I'm glad I'm away from him, so I don't have to worry about lightning.
Thanks, Paul.
make sure the life insurance is all paid up,
Yep,
or the homeowners.
that too. Yeah. So, yay.
Yeah, so it's nice to be
We have a lot
optimistically
to yay
cautious.
about. We don't
We
sound like
do.
we do,
I
but we
know,
have a
right?
lot to be thankful for. I mean, it's not Thanksgiving
Absolutely.
yet, but we really do. And, it's just it's
The-
if you really step back, it's a remarkable season. It really is.
yeah, right.
Carnell, we didn't think this was going to go this way, and yeah. So,
I mean, even the little things like I looked up while you were talking earlier, the Union, we have a winning away record. It's like
Yes.
7-6 and something.
okay. Yeah,
So
so
it's like yeah, 7-6-2. And
which
yeah,
is
I don't know. I
crazy.
guess we're kind of spoiled, right? Because it's like we're not going to get the 100 on the test. We're going to get a 95 and we're freaking out. And um I mean, this can still go sideways, absolutely, and especially with Miami lurking out there with 80 games still in hand. But
And the MLS writers in their back pocket.
Mhm.
exactly.
Right. Well, in other fun tangential news,
Yeah,
since Caleb Porter was let go, I guess Jim's name is in the hat possibly for
for New
taking
England.
over the New England helm, which would be interesting.
Yeah.
Prefer he was at a Western Conference team so
Well, like you
go up
said,
against them.
it'd be great if he could just go coach St. Louis, right? Because then it's just the whole parent trap swap. I don't know what you call it,
Yeah,
Freaky
yeah,
Friday. But
that's true. That is true. And then also Carranza made his debut with Leicester City
oh yeah,
Wow.
last
yeah,
weekend. So I don't think he scored, but he was pleased to be there. So that was that was very interesting to see and good for him.
yeah.
Very
So
cool.
He's still playing for a team that wears blue, so it kind
Something there.
of yeah
tell mom
lessons.
she'll start watching Premier League.
And I can see your mom totally digging Jamie Vardy too. Is he
Oh,
still at Leicester? Did he?
I don't. I mean, he never left Leicester. I just don't know if he retired. I
Yeah,
think he
that's
was
right.
going. His plan was to retire from there.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm not
He,
up on where he is at the
he's a
moment.
bad boy, and I think
She likes anybody who'd give you the middle finger
yeah.
rather than talk to you. So, um,
Go
but
Scoops.
Yeah, it's hard
we've said
trying to
so much
shop.
about it. If we ever convince her to come on here, she has a reputation to live up
Yeah.
to. But it's probably not going to happen because she has said it won't.
Yeah. She's very hard to buy greeting cards for.
Yeah. Anyway, so that was interesting to see. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, very cool. Very cool. All
So
right.
yeah. So onward to DC,
Yeah.
and hopefully we can get those points.
Yeah, fingers crossed. I mean, again, this is just the next step. Focus on it, get the points.
Of Lukic back, we'll have
Makanya.
Makanya back. Hopefully Dre's still good.
Yeah.
So
I mean, we probably have Westfield's probably played his last game for the Union because he got called up to the US U20 World
good
Cup
point.
roster, so he'll probably be gone the rest of the season, rest of the at least the regular season.
Regular. Yep. Good
Yeah.
point. So that's
I don't remember
a
exactly
loss.
when that tournament starts, but I do think it means he's going to miss the rest of the regular season. It's going to be like 4 weeks. I don't know if
Yeah.
it starts this weekend or not, but
Yeah.
hey, good on him getting that international experience. That's really good. Does make you wonder who they're going to put in the right back spot. Is that going to be Harriel? Is that going to be Mbaizo? Does Bedoya get another opportunity there? I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. One game at a time. All right. Anything else?
I'm good.
All right. Well, if you want to join on the conversation, you can find us at our website, amorephillyunion.com. We've been having a lot of fun putting out these polls, so I'm sure we'll continue doing that, not to put more work on Christy's plate. But in the meantime, if you want to reach out to us via email or socials, you can do that. Send us any questions or comments or thoughts. We'll be happy to include them into our podcast as we can. You can email us at pod@amorephillyunion.com. On socials, we are a More Philly Union, so that's Instagram, YouTube, Threads, Bluesky. We are always adding to our Spotify soundtrack. I think maybe that's a better word than the playlist, right?
I like that.
The official soundtrack of a More Philly Union. It's I just dig that playlist. Anyway, so look for it on Spotify. It's the one with the music notes. Enjoy.
But also look for it in our links because it's
Yeah.
not always easy to find by searching. So
Right, exactly. If you want some more Philly Union swag, you can check out our online store. Just go to our website, or again, go to our link tree. I almost said LinkedIn tree, our link tree to get the link. So be sure to download, subscribe to our podcast wherever you get yours. And while you're at it, go show some love to one of our favorite forces for good in the world. That's the Philadelphia Union Foundation. You can check them out at philadelphiaunionfoundation.org. So thanks everyone for tuning into another episode of A More Philly Union. We are your hosts. I'm E.
I'm C.
And I'm Paul. Go
Union. I didn't even try. I didn't even
okay.
try. I was purposely being contrarian because that's me now.
So how's that different than
Well,
normal?
I'm my mother's daughter.